The opposition has just brought in their strongest player yet. It looks like it's Goliath. Yes, it's Goliath. He's the prop, a big guy, giant of a man.
Now guys, he might look slow, and for you guys at home, he plays like a Philistine when he gets going. Most of the Israelites are hanging back a bit.
David, a farm boy from nowhere, Israel, steps out to tackle Goliath.
That's a knock on the head. He brings Goliath down. He's a loose head, and creation are routing the opposition.
Players alternating now with the kings working the ball. Some of them are not up to it, and the team is divided. The prophets are trying to keep them focused on the game, but some of the kings have even swapped sides and are playing for the enemy.
Well, I tell you what, mate, they won't profit from that. Elijah passes to Elisha, Elisha to Jonah.
He's running the wrong way.
The opposition pile on Jonah. Somehow he gets fished out of them all, and he runs for the try line.
Babylon's on the field now and has invaded the home team's territory. A decisive try to them as they take the ball captive.
Oh, very good. Look, it looks like Daniel has foreseen the enemy's plans and managed to escape the lion's den.
A bit of a smart play between Ezra and Nehemiah, I think, as he returns the ball to the home side, and once again, God's team have possession.
And there's the half-time whistle. Well, it's the end of the first half, and still, it's
anybody's game. Anybody's game, indeed. Yeah.
Okay, welcome back, and we're about to start the second half of an incredibly exciting finale of the ultimate game. The score appears to be even at this stage, so we're in for a nail-biting time as God's creation faces off with Lucifer's legion. Now, God's team introduce a new captain, Jesus Christ from Nazareth, a carpenter from Nazareth, and a few new players. Now, Jesus is not much to look at, but he's strong and the people love him.
Indeed. Okay, there's the start whistle. Lucifer kicking off. The ball is caught by Zechariah and he passes to Elizabeth. Elizabeth to Mary. Mary's looking for some support from Joseph, and it looks like he's reluctant at first to commit, but now he's running with her.
They're looking for a place to put the ball, but there's no room in there. They keep working the ball, labouring away, but they're stable. And Jesus is shepherded onto the field, but he's looking vulnerable at this stage.
Now here it looks like he's trying to take out Jesus before he even gets started, but wait, Jesus breaks away.
John the Baptist now is paving the way for Jesus to come through, passes the ball to him before he is headed off by Herod.
And now the play that Jesus has introduced is radical play. Every counter-attack by the opposition is fended off easily. Lucifer tempts Jesus to drop the ball, but Jesus holds on tight.
It looks like an easy victory if Jesus keeps playing like this. He's winning the favour of the crowd through though some of the officials are less impressed by the unconventional play that he's doing. And he's gotten offside with them for challenging their rules.
The tight 12 are supporting Jesus as he scores a series of miraculous tries and conversions. Legion have possession quite often, but every time Jesus manages to cast them out and release the ball.
Okay, so we've got a timeout now, and Jesus has the players in a huddle, and he's washed their feet before they're going back on the field. He's warned the team that he will be taken out, but they're not buying it.
Now there's some serious opposition to Jesus at this time. He's really sweating out there.
Judas sells out and joins the opposition, delivering Jesus right into their hands. He's being pummeled, and look, there's no support.
No support. Peter drops the ball, and the ref cries foul a couple of times, but Peter is in denial.
Now, Judas has been hung out to dry, and the whole team is in disarray. Jesus is cornered on the 39-metre line, and the opposition gets the advantage and whips the ball off him.
And Jesus has been absolutely crucified with a crushing try by the enemy. They nailed him with a spear tackle. He's down and not likely to get back up, gentlemen. It looks like they're stretching him off. Yes, can't see him back at any time soon at all. This is really looking grave for God's team.
Yes, it must be hell out there. The creation team are completely in disarray with the enemy running all over them. It doesn't look like they have a chance of a snowball in Hades. Lucifer is exultant. He thinks he's got it in the bag.
Yeah, well, hang on guys. Just hang on a minute. Don't be so sure. this game might be resurrected because Jesus has just come back on the field to breathe some fresh life into this game.
Amazing.
This is unbelievable.
Incredible.
He should have been out for the count, but he's there, large as life. His own team are shaking their heads in disbelief. Look at Thomas.
Yeah, but look at Lucifer. He's beside himself, absolutely beside himself, and he's abusing his team all over the field.
This turnover is absolutely unprecedented, team. I mean, this team is inspired, really inspired and fired up. They've got new spirit and are playing much better rugby.
Yes, they're adding to the score, and Saul of Tarsus is now entering for the opposition. He's killing them out there. He's taken out Stephen, and he's going for a try.
Oh, but he's down! Look, he's been blindsided and he can't see where he's going. God's team scores a try, but Saul is still disoriented, and there's the conversion.
In a surprise move, Saul changes sides and plays for Jesus as Paul. Now Peter has the ball, but he's been brought down by the Romans. Miraculously, he's out of prison. Just walks through the opposition and scores.
Unbelievable.
Now the early church and the apostles really getting into enemy territory there. Ananias and Sapphira give them a run for their money. Paul passes to Silas, Silas to Barnabas, Barnabas to Mark.
He runs up to the try line and he puts himself into the history books.
I tell you, Colossians, Philippians, Corinth and Thessalonians fall Paul to the absolute letter. The Legion team are throwing everything they've got at them, sniping away at their defence. Timothy, one of the youngest players, takes up the ball, loses it and takes it up a second time.
And now the stage is set for the final minutes of the game. Who will take this competition out? The church is determined, but they have great opposition.
John has the ball now. He's waiting for a gap, and there's a revelation of what to expect as he takes his opportunity. Is this the shape of things to come, my friends? He seems fairly sure that the creation team will take it out and be triumphant.
Well, I tell you one thing, boys. In the final minutes, we can expect the early church to spread out and work the field.
Yeah.
I would say we'll see the organisation of the team. A lot of unorthodox play, although things may fall apart a bit before there's a reformation, which I believe will bring revival to the team.
I think we're going to see some charismatic play later on, but a commitment to fundamentalistic tactics and refocusing on the mission to win. But the Legion will be pulling out all the stops, you can be sure.
Yes, Quinn, you're absolutely right. You can be sure they will resort to their dirtiest tactics yet. It will be an unholy crusade. The Inquisitors will severely try them, and they will martyr the creation team before they concede any ground. Some forecasters are even looking at a 666 score.
But also there are predictions that the gates of hell will not prevail against them. We have to leave the broadcast for now, folks. Our sporting analysis will be summarising the play in this, the ultimate game. Indeed, this is a game of two halves, but love will be the winner on the day.